I was checking out some of your recent tweets to prepare myself for this and was pleasantly surprised to see you enjoying Kylie Minogue's disco album while in quarantine back in
Yeah.
November. I myself am a big fan. So for the two of you just having started together back on Neighbors back in the day, just how is it for you to see how far and how different of a career she's had since?
Oh, look, I adore Kylie. I mean, I was talking about Kate Winslet to somebody just before, and I said, talking about how much I adore Kate Winslet. And
Mhm.
I think the only other person that I adore as much as Kate is Kylie. She's an absolute delight. She clearly is a superstar, as we all know.
Yep.
She keeps herself as grounded as anybody, and yet she manages to sort of bring out, pop song after pop song and pop album after pop album, and she really is impressive. And I just can't believe that I know her sometimes. I send her a message and she sends me a message back, and I'm like, we're mates and we've known each other now since 1985. And I get these messages back and I think, oh, that's so nice. It's Kylie. And then I go, hang on a second, that's Kylie. I just got a message from Kylie. That's like amazing, So I'm constantly starstruck by her as well, So that's the amazing thing about our business, is that we work with people who we love and we adore, and who are fantastic and we're good friends with. But of course, you do get starstruck by them because they're big stars. And Kylie is, and a friend of hers recently passed away, Michael Gadinsky, who ran Mushroom Records in Australia, who was a big influence in the music industry for many, many, many years. And he was a big influence in her career, particularly early on. So I had some messaging with her about him, and it was very sad. And, she was so gracious and so lovely about his family, and, she's just a really sensitive, gorgeous human being. And the fact that we got to work together in 2017 on Stephen Elliott's film, Swinging Safari, was hilarious. It was great to be reunited on a work level, the two of us, but on a film where I was being reunited with Stephen Elliott from Priscilla. Yep. So it was all sort of coming together. It was really. The funny thing is, she was playing a really quiet sort of character on that. I was playing a loud, obnoxious, and she was just playing a sort of downtrodden, quiet woman in the background, being very, repressed. And Kylie's not repressed. I mean, she's a gorgeous, sweet, sensitive lady, but she's not repressed. But it was lovely. It really was. So look, we've just stayed great friends over the years, and it's a great honor to be in her life.
Yeah, and you mentioned Priscilla. I'm a huge fan of that movie. It's definitely one of my favorites. You are fantastic in it. Just
Thank you.
For you, the first time you saw yourself all done up in drag, what was your initial reaction? That transformation is incredible.
I thought I looked like my mother. I saw my mother, and my mother hated me saying that, because in all these interviews I went, oh my gosh, I can see my mother. And my mother's like, I don't look like a drag queen. So that was quite funny, but it was amazing, because it really was. I mean, I've done lots of theatre growing up, and one of the great attributes about sort of working in theatre is the ability with makeup to change yourself, to transform, and to sort of, to give yourself more of an energetic lift this way, or something that's more dour this way, or whatever it is you happen to be doing, And with Priscilla, of course, it was, the makeup is something that you're not even trying to hide. It is on show. It is part of the show. It is part of who you are. And we were talking recently about the fact that we had done 2 weeks of rehearsal on that film, and the plan always was, sort of decided by Stephen Elliott, our writer-director, was that on the Friday of that last 2 weeks, when we did all the camera and costume tests, was that we would go out in drag that night. So we're all fully made up, we were in drag, and we would just go out in Sydney in drag to the drag clubs and see what happens. It was hilarious.
I'm sure.
I remember getting home that night at about 3 a.m. or whatever it was, quite drunk and sort of staggering into my apartment. My dress is all sort of off, and
Heels all over the
heels,
place.
and my lipsticks are like this, and I'm looking in the mirror going, "Oh my God, I'm a drag queen, darling." It was really quite hilarious, and it was a great sort of entree into the film that we were then about to go and make. So it was a lot of fun.
Lastly, just another transformation that people were even talking about this week. I don't know if you are aware of it on Twitter, but there were pictures of Jared Leto filming Ridley Scott's House of Gucci in his old age makeup. And your work in, Ridley Scott's Prometheus came up. Just, he clearly likes putting people under prosthetics.
Well, I remember saying to Ridley, why don't you just cast an old man? Why are you casting me in this? Like, why don't you just get an old man? Well, his answer was, and the original idea was in Prometheus, we were going to see my character young in the middle of the film, which never ended up happening. Otherwise, he could have just cast some old actor.
But for you, just how is it to be so unrecognizable that, when the pictures come out, they're like...
It's fantastic because, and it's not even just about being unrecognizable. It's about stepping in. It just aids in stepping into another role, whether it's about a wig, whether it's about a costume, whether it's about old age makeup, whether it's about another animal. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just the fact that it aids in taking you to another place. I mean, the irony is that, of course, you're the only person on set that can't see your makeup. Right. Everyone else is looking at you going, "Oh my God, you look incredible." And you're like, what are you looking at? You have to look in a mirror every now and then and go, "Oh, that's right, I look like a werewolf." So you have to stop acting. But it really does help, and it aids in the performance, I think, that you're trying to deliver. Yeah. So, thanks to people like Stephen Elliott and Ridley Scott, we get to have a lot of fun in the jobs that we do.
And last question I have is, you have had such this varied career. It does feel like you're never really put in a box, but what is something you haven't done yet that you still really want to do?
I don't know. That's a tough question because I like the idea that I don't know what's out there. I read a script and go, "Oh my gosh, I never would have thought of this. How incredible, how fantastic." So I don't necessarily have sort of fantastical ideas about what I want to do. I'm really happy to sort of see what the universe brings, to be honest. I know that's a boring answer. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. We're interested to see what it brings you as well. So, all right. Well, thank you for your time today. Pleasure to meet you. And just stay safe out there.
No worries. Well, thank you. Good to talk to you.